Just 31 days to Election Day, and we're following candidates closely on the campaign trail. This afternoon, former President Donald Trump touring storm damage in Georgia. Vice President Kamala Harris is campaigning in Michigan. Harris also revealed former President Barack Obama will spend the last month of the election stumping for her campaign. Trump is returning to Pennsylvania Saturday, holding a rally in the exact same spot where would-be assassin shot the president in the ear in July. Well, there's a holdup to help people living in storm-damaged areas.
Michael Spencer learned more about it.
With just a few weeks to go until Election Day, at least 2 congressional races in Colorado could affect the balance of power in D.C. CBS News congressional correspondent Scott Macfarlane joins us now. So, Scott, it's looking like Democrat Yadira Caraveo has a tough battle in order to keep her seat.
There are so few competitive congressional races across the country. By most estimates, just about 24 of the 435 U.S. House races are considered toss-ups, pure, competitive, hard-to-predict races. Colorado's 8th District, Congresswoman Caraveo, happens to be in one of them. She won her first term, began it in January 2023 in a competitive district, and she will fight to hold on to that seat, facing Republican opposition. It's worth noting, though, that these battleground races have outsized attention because there are so few of them. That's why there's so much outside money and so much attention on the Colorado 8th District, and that will remain the case over the next 30 days, which means, yes, you will continue to see the ads and hear the ads, and yes, if you live inside the boundaries, you will keep getting those things in your mailbox and those knocks on your door.
Yeah, certainly no end in sight to those, at least not until the election is over. Scott, looking outside of Colorado, the impact from Hurricane Helene has been widespread, but with Congress on break, there are some issues with the federal relief funding.
Yeah, there are some calls from a bipartisan group in the storm-impacted states, in those areas that truly got ravaged by Hurricane Helene. Think North Carolina, Georgia, Florida, for Congress to come back into session before the election to approve further emergency aid, billions of dollars more to help with the recovery and the restoration. Now, there's an argument being made there should be enough upfront money to handle all these bills, and Congress can tend to it when it comes back after the election. But some of the in-state legislators from those areas might not agree or might not be comforted by that promise. So we'll see if Congress heeds those calls and comes back here just days before an election, which is a difficult thing to convince Congress to do because, as we mentioned earlier, every single member of the U.S. House is up for re-election and campaigning right now, and 1/3 of the U.S. Senate is as well, with control of both chambers very much up in the air.
Certainly a lot going on. Scott, we know you've got a pulse on all of it. We appreciate your time. Thanks so much for joining us.